Welcome to the podcast, the vodcast, the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. I'm Dean.
I'm Brian.
I'm Nick, and we are Convincing Idiots. Three friends representing three different generations, talking about all kinds of cool stuff. Please look us up on Facebook or YouTube if you have not already. We are under Convincing Idiots. We can also be found on Instagram at convincing_idiots or on Twitter at Convincing Idiot singular. And you can also reach us on Gmail. Almost forgot that one. If you want to hit us up on email, it's convincingidiots@gmail.com. So, without further ado.
Well, you forgot when you could also reach Brian at his house. Brian, go ahead and give your address.
Give your phone number. Tell him when you're home alone.
Okay, yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
tell him what the combination of that key behind your back door is.
Mm-hmm. My number is 800-EAT.
I'm writing this down.
Okay. Yep.
I can't wait for the other numbers.
Right. Yeah, you might be able to figure it out. Our phone number is a bit...
Hold on, Nick. In your head, was the last one shit or dick?
It was cake, actually.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Jeez.
I'm always waiting for the go-ahead, the green light to eat some fucking cake, buddy.
Fair enough.
No, our numbers will be given out to when we launch our subscription service. So when we have the
OnlyFans
only. Yeah. OnlyFans, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. You'll have specific access to our home numbers and addresses and all of that stuff. So
all the stuff. You want to see the stuff? All the stuff.
That's right. That's coming soon. You might get a free pint glass as well with the subscription in the future. But
heads up, I only vacuum. I only vacuum with one left sock on. So
there you
look
go.
forward to that.
And I know that because I subscribe to Dean's OnlyFans.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
So Brian, what are we talking about today, buddy?
All right.
Me sweeping naked.
Well, we should mention too, by the way, and I'm sorry, Nick. So we, beyond the video, we are also out there on podcast land.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's what we do, isn't it? Yeah.
No,
Apple,
main thing we do.
Stitcher,
Spotify.
I don't think we're on Stitcher though. Actually, we're on Spotify. No. Outcast.
I'm just making shit up over here.
Yep. Outcast, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast.
Outcast the singer?
No, it's
Podcast 3000, big podcast.
Yeah, that's right. We're everywhere, man. Everywhere, man. Global.
Especially check your mom's under her bed.
Well, we have been there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. That's a matter of fact. That's where I got my nice ham gravy.
Did you? I was just gonna ask. Did you happen to get any comments on anything with the secret word?
No.
Nobody comes. So no one's listening.
Nobody's listening.
Nope. If anybody's listening and watching, if you just comment ham gravy, we'll know that you've listened to this and you're in on the.
You can't do it at the
beginning.
beginning. Anybody can listen to the first 2 minutes of us talking about Dean sweeping the sock on.
Oh, they stopped listening long ago.
Yeah.
These guys said they were going to talk about superheroes. No, we didn't even get that far.
We didn't know what they were talking about yet.
Well, they were looking forward to Nick fucking up the intro, and he got it right, so they tuned out.
Yep.
So. I got it right. I just forgot stuff.
Yeah. So what we are talking about is our superhero battle bracket. So far we've done a couple. We've talked about. So again, we just picked random superheroes, DC and Marvel. Nick ran them through a randomizer, and that's it. So the rules are the superheroes, they're not fighting to the death, but they do know who they're going to battle ahead of time. So they do have some extra time to prepare by using their extra arsenal, means, whatever. So far, Wonder Woman has defeated Iron Man, and we thought that. Although there was some nice debate on the site, so we do appreciate the commentary from Matt and others, but we thought the Flash would beat Captain Marvel from the Marvel Universe, and that was some good debate that we had there. So Nick and I edged out Dean in our convincing there.
I actually caught a lot of hell around the dinner table about that. Like my family,
really?
My children and wife were both very upset. They were like, "How?" And I tried to explain them our logic about how fast he was, but it didn't stick. Nobody was buying it.
Did
Brian
you
has the
tell
same logic.
Did you tell them Uncle Dean was correct?
They don't know who that is.
Son of a bitch.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher. Agreed.
Yeah, that was some good commentary. So we do appreciate that. So as you listen and watch, we do appreciate your comments out there. If you agree, disagree, or whatever. So this week, random bracket, we actually had a pretty good matchup with Black Panther versus Captain America. So
they kind of made a movie about that, didn't they? There was a movie involving that.
Yeah, they did in the Marvel movie. I think it was in the Avengers. They did fight briefly. There was a scene.
Civil War.
Civil War.
The Iron Man. It was Iron Man and Captain America. Civil
that's
War.
right.
That's where Black Panther first appears. It really was.
Yes.
I honestly didn't like. I know that's not what this podcast is about, but I didn't really like any of the Captain America movies.
Oh no.
I like the first one.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
Go back and rewatch.
I was excited for it. I was really excited for it, and then I watched it, and I was kind of like, kind of let me down.
The Winter Soldier's better than you might remember. That's the second one there, filmed a lot in Cleveland, actually.
I'm not sure if I saw that or not. No, I did. I don't remember a lot of it, but I did see it.
Yeah, go back and rewatch that. That was actually pretty good. So
you've convinced me to do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the show's done. Someone's been convinced.
Good night, everybody.
We'll have to do a recap somewhere of what we convinced each other on, and actually if we did something, or not.
Have we convinced Brian of anything?
No. You did. Well, you convinced me to give.
I did convince you all the way.
Yes,
you did watch that.
I did watch Jingle All the Way over the Christmas holiday. It is Nick's favorite movie of all time
ever,
and I did not care for it.
Didn't care for it.
But that's just me. It really, for me, we'll talk more about it maybe another time. But it really fell off. It's when Arnold put the suit on and actually began to
that gets a little ridiculous.
Fly.
That would never happen. That's a little ridiculous.
On the float. I got it. I was good with that. He stumbles in the room. It happens right place, right time. They throw the suit on him. Great. Love it. Waving to his son. He's going to pick his son. All that's great. And then when Sinbad shows up dressed like the villain and he flies, I'm like, I was out of it at that point.
That's too much of a lot. I mean, the storyline is the guy that was supposed to be playing Turbo Man actually got injured while rehearsing, which makes sense because it's horribly, horribly dangerous, the routines they're doing. But I got to ask, since you said that is towards the end of the movie. That is the end of the movie. Did you enjoy the movie up to that point? Did you find it funny or comical or enjoy it, or not so much? Or that end just like destroyed everything for you?
Yeah, it was honestly, it was okay up to that point. It was okay up to that point.
I'll accept it.
The second he started flying, I was like,
that's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Out of there.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that the future Darth Vader was starring in that movie.
Yeah. Actually. Oh, yeah. You didn't know. Yeah. Actually, the second that you lose all believability is when he flies directly into the edge of a building head first, like it didn't just crush his spine on impact.
Right.
Like that's not ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Too comical, goofy. Yeah. All right, but I digress. So
too comical and goofy for the airplane fan.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a 300-pound Austrian man in the suburbs. That didn't take you out of the out of the movie.
But they can't be there.
How did he get a green card? How did he get to the country? He clearly isn't from here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot which America I was in. The one that doesn't welcome immigrants, I guess. He's not allowed to be in the suburbs.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking how he got there. Is he a spy? I don't know. I have questions. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have no questions about who you voted for.
All right.
I don't vote. They'll steal my information through my head if I go into the booth. I know this, so I don't do it. The beam that they normally try to get on me, it's extra powerful if you walk into that booth. I bet you didn't know that.
Well, that's the man and the government.
Yep. If you believe that, Just keep on not voting. Thank you.
That's right.
That would be your civic duty. What are we talking about?
Captain America and Black Panther.
Me sleeping naked.
Yeah. That'll be a bonus clip at the end of the video. So if you are watching this, yes, we'll know.
Wait for it.
We'll know. Okay, so go ahead.
I was actually just going to get you into that.
Okay. So, everyone's familiar with these characters. Black Panther. So we gave a little recap here of, kind of who they are, when they appeared, and a little bit about their powers.
Dean, do you hear that? Statman. Okay, go, Brian.
Thank you.
Pow, stat. Bang, info. Sorry, go ahead.
So Black Panther, real name T'Challa. He's the ruler of Wakanda, which is a mythical African country, or country, not a continent, country. He
made up of different tribes.
That's right. Thank you. He's the first superhero of African descent, not African American, but of African descent. His first appearance was way back in Fantastic Four number 52 in July 1966. As you might know, vibranium in the comics, that's what is Captain America's shield is at least partly made out of. It's a fictional metal that's in the comics is one of the toughest metals that there is in the Marvel Universe. So he has threads, vibranium threads in his suit, which makes it a tougher suit. His claws, I think, are vibranium as well. His suit is high tech, has stealth capabilities. I just said it. He's a retractable vibranium claws. He has night vision optics in his helmet. He can absorb energy directed at him through his suit. His suit has invisibility technology. He has, let's see here. He's got that. So what gave him his power is, you might remember from the Black Panther movie. Most people saw the movie, but it's a mythical herb that gives the chosen Black Panther, that gives him his strength and all that. So
the vibranium is mined underneath the Wakanda, and therefore the things that grow out of it have vibranium.
All about the magical herb.
Yep. Gives you also enhanced strength and speed, I think, Dean, at least in your mind.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
He has enhanced agility and stamina. He can... Now, this is something I did not know.
I don't have stamina.
That is true. That is true. Talk to poor Megan about that. Really a sad state of affairs over there.
She chose this life. It's not
That's true. That is true. Something I did not know Black Panther could do is he can control the dead. So he can he could rise the dead and control them like zombies.
Now, like the Thriller video?
Yeah.
I mean, is it zombies? Like he's making them, or does he just pick up a dead dude, wave his hands and go, look what I can do?
No. He has ability to, I guess, raise the dead and control them. So I guess that's happening in the comics. Necromancy? I don't know what it is. I'm probably saying it wrong.
Well, necromancing is the...
Necromancy.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I'm thinking, I don't see the word, but I'm assuming it would be pronounced necromancy. Because necromancing is the act or whatever of raising the dead.
Okay, there you go.
Be real. You know what necro means, and you know why you know it.
Yeah. Go look at his search history, give you an idea. He can draw upon...
I delete that shit. Sorry.
That's all right. Something I did not know is he could draw upon knowledge, strength, and every experience from previous Black Panthers. Huh. So I think he's the third or fourth in the comics, something like that. And of course, his father was.
So it's kind of like going back and so it's kind of like him able to go back and look up their search history.
And yes,
and see what they've looked at.
Unless he's in a voting booth, and then the government, then therefore.
Well, of course. There's I mean, I want to be real with you, Nick. There's only so many times we can say that before they will start zooming in on us doing this podcast.
They've got the pins on us right now.
Yeah. You have it in your ears.
Brian, do you ever just feel like you're trying to hell to just drive back on a road, but you keep going off, and you're like, God damn it.
I will turn this goddamn podcast around.
Listen, you. Yeah.
Sorry.
Something that this podcast does not have, he has genius level intellect.
We have a stat man. We have something.
That's right.
On the closest we got, that's pretty bad. So,
out of three of us, one is really smart, so at least half.
He is a master of martial artist, tactician, strategist, and that's right. And his suit can teleport. So there you go.
Does it teleport him with it?
Yes, it does actually. It does actually.
Worst superhero thing ever. Like you just stand there naked, the suit goes away.
Now I'm naked in my suit in San Francisco. Awesome.
Now in the comics, they did rate, they do rate the strengths and all that. They compare heroes sometimes in different issues and all that. So in the comics, Black Panther is stronger than Captain America with his enhancements and everything. Captain America, according to this, can lift 800 pounds, and Black Panther can lift 2 tons.
Wow.
Some of the weaknesses of Black Panther: electrocution. So the vibranium is a huge conductor of electricity.
Makes sense.
In the comics, at least, he has a big ego at times. That's been sort of a weakness for him, or it could be if he's not careful.
I bet he does.
He is a human, so again, he has enhanced abilities. So without the suit, he would be stronger, but he's still just a human.
So the suit doesn't give him the lifting the 800 pounds. He can't do it without the suit.
No,
he can.
Oh, he can.
Oh, yeah, T'Challa just by himself can. Well, that probably that comes with being.
That's from the herb.
Once you drink the herb, right? Because when they do the battle scene in the movie, and he fights M'Baku, he starts to lose to M'Baku, but he loses to Killmonger because they strip everything out of him and they just fight one-on-one. There's no powers, there's no nothing. It's just he's a regular dude.
Yeah, so I said that wrong. So the suit just gives him extra protection, really, and extra. Technology and all of that, but he still is super strong, like Nick said, without it, unless the herb was drained out of him or something like that, which is not in this scenario. And he has a lack of protection against magic. So if Black Panther would, go against Doctor Strange or something, he might have a harder time than Captain America.
Hey, Black Panther, my thumb, look.
We know the name Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers, created by the super soldier serum, gave him enhanced abilities. Created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. First appearance in Captain America #1 back in 1941. So another one of these heroes that were created during World War II for, the patriotism and things going on at the time.
Brian, how old were you then when Captain America came out?
41. Let's see here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were 41 years old. He's really rolling with
it. Yeah, that was a clean-shaven Brian back then. He has enhanced speed and stamina as well. Cap is a skilled fighter. He's an acrobat. He's got his vibranium shield. Now, something they added over time in the comics, which I really wasn't aware of. They added in adamantium into the shield as well. So adamantium in the Marvel universe.
The strength of Adamant, the popular singer Adamant. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. Goody two shoes, shield, all that can do. No, but adamantium in the comics is, I believe, is the strongest metal in the Marvel universe. So adamantium, you may have heard before, that is what the character Wolverine, that is what his skeleton is coated in. So when his claws pop out, Wolverine has adamantium claws, which is an unbreakable metal. in the Marvel universe. So his shield is extra strong, certainly. Cap has enhanced strength. He's also a martial artist and a hand-to-hand combatant. He has accelerated healing ability, immunity to toxins. He has slowed aging, not that it helps him here. He's also a master tactician, strategist, and field commander. I think I said strategist earlier, strategist, duh. He's been described as the pinnacle of human potential and operates at peak physical performance due to his super soldier serum.
That's how I described Nick the other day.
The pinnacle of human potential?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But potential doesn't mean it's being optimized.
It's not there.
But the potential is for sure there.
The potential is definitely there.
You ever been described that way at work? I know I have. He has such good potential. It's like, Jesus Christ.
You could do so much if you just applied yourself.
Right.
Yeah, but that takes a lot of extra shit. And no,
thanks a lot.
I've never been described that way at work.
The show has been described that way so far. They have a lot
of
potential. If they could just get rid of one of them, it would be so much better.
3 is a crowd.
Yep. Cap suit is fire retardant material and is bulletproof.
You're fire retardant.
And it's
R word. Come on.
Fire retardant. I didn't say the R word. Come on, Nick.
Yeah. And he has scale
the
armor.
Government in your ears right now.
If we could get Dean to be a little more woke, this podcast would reach its potential.
You heard what you heard. I repeated exactly what what Brian said.
Brian fucking put his pad down and started drinking. He gave up.
No, that was it. I got painfully got through my notes there.
Scare you guys. I'm going home.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Nick is being immature. I apologize for him.
I'll try to maximize my potential and be better for next time. Probably won't work, but I'll try. Okay.
So these guys are pretty evenly matched as far as their abilities. Black Panther is a little stronger. We also know Captain America has the extreme. He has the perseverance, I guess. Also, you kind of remember from the movie as well that he, gets beat up, but he keeps coming back. So he, his will is very strong.
Can't stop.
We also know in the movies that he was, I believe, the only other character besides Thor so far that could wield the hammer of Thor. So he was that level of worthiness and everything like that. So anyway,
now well, I think actually that's a pretty good point to touch on.
Yeah.
Now that worthiness is that all a physical thing, or is it like a deep down inside his character, his spirit?
I think that's what it is.
Because if it's a physical thing, that's huge. In a fight. I'm going to consider that if that's part of it.
But Mjolnir can only be picked up by someone who is worthy of it, right? So, even though Loki is a god, he can't pick up Mjolnir because he doesn't have good intentions.
Okay.
Thor can pick it up because of that. It's the same, I think, kind of reason that Captain America can pick it up. Steve Rogers can pick it up because he's worthy of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Because strength-wise, obviously the Hulk could pick it up physically if he were, in a situation and were deemed worthy by the hammer. But,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. So, obviously, again, Black Panther is stronger. He's got the vibranium in the suit, which gives him extra protection. Cap's got some extra protection in the suit, too. Black Panther has the extra technology in the suit to go invisible. But again, Captain America is also a master tactician, as is Black Panther. So, in theory, if Black Panther went invisible, could Cap kind of, determine his moves by one way or the other and still land a punch or something like that. So, Black Panther is stronger, but Cap's will is probably a little bit stronger, at least in the comics. So, again, a pretty interesting battle. So, do you guys have any initial
down the middle?
Yeah, it's very close. And somebody on Facebook, I think, when we teased that we were doing this episode, brought up the fact that if they have time to prepare for this, are they able to? They're very high tech. The things that they make in Wakanda and use vibranium in, can they somehow cut off his, the vibranium to his shield, something like that. It's a decent point because, like you said, there's adamantium and vibranium, but vibranium is part of it, and that's where it comes from. So they are the supplier of that. I don't know how the ins and outs of how the shield that's already made with vibranium, how that works. Actually, in the movie, there is a nod that that's possible because they do cut off the vibranium supply. I don't know if it's to the suit. Something gets messed up in a battle scene where he can't, because in the suit in the movie the vibranium in his suit takes impact and reallocates it to the person landing a punch on him. Like it'll absorb impact and then redistribute it when someone touches him, and with all that impact will be stored in the suit, and he can use it at will to kind of blow people off of him and strike back. So that's an interesting point. But yeah, like you guys said, it's very down the middle, very similar in leadership roles. Maybe fighting style might be different, but both are very calculated and used to being in leaders in their own way. I definitely think Black Panther has the edge in the suit and its abilities, as to where Steve Rogers has been made into this super soldier, and that's kind of what he is. Other than his shield, his suit doesn't really give him anything, right? His suit doesn't do anything.
It's like a steel scale.
Like armor, kind of.
It's bulletproof and stuff like that. So it probably would help him. I don't know how it would help against the vibranium claws necessarily. Yeah. I mean, his shield with the adamantium would be able to protect him as long as he had it against the claws.
How hard is it to take the suit off for Black Panther? As in, what would stop?
The touch of I don't know. The movie is the touch of the necklace.
Right, but could Rogers rip the suit off and I mean, is that a possibility?
It might be hard with the vibranium thread through it. Might be harder to tear. But it's an interesting point. Could his shield maybe do some damage? To him by obviously Cap could throw the shield and would that do some damage potentially? Certainly.
Well, you'd mentioned
unless
one thing
you take those shots to Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you could withstand a shot from the shield, if a shot from the shield is not enough to just destroy you, if you absorb those and redistribute that back, through the suit, it's an interesting point. Go ahead, Dean. I was just thinking out loud.
Well, no, I was just going to say, Brian, towards the end of the stats, he had mentioned and threw it away himself that the slow aging that Rogers does. So Captain America ages slow. So what stops him from going, all right, no, I got time. You'll get old. I'll just... And then when it's when it's an old man Black Panther, he just beats him up a lot easier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm doing with you guys.
That's right.
Waiting, eventually you'll catch up, and I'll still be
waiting it out.
Just slightly grayer, and then you have what's coming to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So from a power perspective, I mean, if again, according to the strength in the comics, if Black Panther landed one solid on Cap, sounds like it would do more damage than Cap landing a solid one on Black Panther, not only because of the suit, but because of just the strength level.
Now, well, you got to take into consideration when you say strength, you're looking at all right, he can punch harder, but can Cap take a punch better than Black Panther?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he perseverance and he's rugged. He can take a beating. So he's not going to be able to hit him as hard as Black Panther's going to be able to hit him, but he's going to be able to take a punch and take another punch and then take another punch.
Yeah, I that's an interesting point. Yeah, because certainly in the comics and in the movie, I mean that is Steve Rogers' MO. Is he went toe to toe with Iron Man, with his suit and took some heavy hits and stood in there and.
Well, he almost took the gauntlet off of
Thanos. Yeah, he had a shot. Yeah.
So I mean, he's at least that strong.
Sure. Yeah. So it's kind of the Cap's edge. What he gains back in the strength, does he gain back in his will and his him being a master determination and as being a master tactician and all that stuff. So does that give him a little bit more of an edge? Is he a little bit better tactician and martial artist than Black Panther? Not sure. I think they did fight. I think I saw a stat. They fought 3 times in the comics, and no surprise, I think each one won one, and I think the other one was a draw or something like that. So they were fairly evenly matched.
If there's ever going to be a draw in our, I know we can't end it that way, but if there's ever going to be a draw in our standings here, this would probably be the one.
Yeah. It's fairly even. I mean, in my book, for Captain America, the character, everything about Steve Rogers, if he is even considered fairly even with his opponent, if you're going back and forth in all things considered, is he fairly even what he brings to the table? In my mind, Steve Rogers, all the things we talked about here, his will, his determination, and all of that, he finds a way to not accept defeat and win. He would have the same will against the Hulk, let's say, Captain America, but can he go toe-to-toe with the Hulk I'm not so sure about that, just because of the sheer power and strength.
Right, there's only so much Will can take.
That's correct. So, but if he's relatively evenly matched, I don't care what character it is, I give the edge to Captain America. So for me, all things considered, that's what I'm going with. Cap.
Your vote is in for Captain America.
My vote is in. It's a tough one. I think this would be
It is. It's not easy.
It'd be a long battle, and I could see both characters fighting until they practically.
It'd be a kick-ass battle.
It really would be.
Well, they did. I mean, really, and actually, if I'm remembering correctly, in Civil War, Black Panther coming along, he is the thing that throws off Captain America from Iron Man. He attacks Captain America, and him and I can't remember who else was there, but Black Panther coming into that's when he's first introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to set up for his movie. But he is the thing that basically, at that point, defeats Captain America for them to fight another day. So, well, for me, I'll make this, then I'm going to even this up because I'm going to vote for Black Panther. For me, he's got the better suit. He is stronger. One of Captain America's main things that makes him strong is from Black Panther. And being that they're so even, all those tips, and obviously, like, I am a big Black Panther's a top 3 favorite superhero for me, period. So I'm voting for Black Panther, definitely. But I feel like, yeah, it's very even. I mean, they do have a lot of similar attributes that make them strong. They share a lot of those things. But when I break it down to brass tacks, I feel like Captain America is just really strong. And then Black Panther's also really strong, but has like the super suit too, and the claws and the invisibility and all the tricks and the redistribution of the power and all that stuff. So I would give it to Black Panther, and not just because I want him to win, but because I do think he would win. So my vote is in for King T'Challa, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That is my vote.
So that's interesting now. So now we have both given our convincing argument.
Well,
what say you, Dean?
I feel like the prettiest girl at the dance. All right. You both make very compelling arguments. I agree with both of you. I mean, like we said, it's down the middle. It's 50-50. I think it's one of those that could go either way. Like I said before, I think it would be a draw. Since we cannot have a draw in our bracket system here, and honestly, until right now, I've just now made up my mind. And I'm going to have to go with Brian. I think Captain America, because of you got to think of it this way. Black Panther was raised as what, a prince, right? You know, he was trained at the highest martial arts. You know, he was trained. It's kind of like the idea of, do you remember Rocky 4 or even Rocky 3? You know, the most high tech training and skills and battles, and Rocky's out there picking up boulders in the snow.
Rocky 4. It's right. Ivan Drago, yeah.
Exactly. So Rocky's being trained through the ruggedness and the cold and the bitterness. And with Captain America, he was fighting on the streets of New York as a small, scrawny kid. That's where he learned his perseverance. And he was getting beat up by bigger guys, regular guys. So that's where his mindset came from, and where the perseverance comes from. So when you add upon that, with that they're both evenly matched, that they both have the idea that Captain America, if he takes his suit off, is just as powerful. The shield is an added advantage also. You know, it's just another weapon to throw at somebody in the distance. You know, you put just him in his fist and him naked. Hold on, let me think about that. Anyways,
that's probably out there somewhere.
I'm assuming it is. But yeah, if you strip everything away from him, from both of them, and have them fight fist to fist, just man to man. Once again, I know that's not how this is going to go. They're going to have all their faculties to fight each other. But if it came down to it, man to man, I would give it to Captain America. But also with their tactical gear and abilities, I'm still going to go Cap.
Okay, so you're kind of with me, just the sheer, just the determination factor.
You guys just bind into all that Americana, hopey, dreamy bullshit they're trying to sell you. Oh, America, let's do this. Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Weren't you just getting on me about the same thing?
No, it's good. Yeah, I don't know that Cap will be the ultimate winner of all this, but I don't know. He edges out Black Panther
just
here.
Barely. Like I said, just barely.
I'm marking it now. Black Panther with the win. Captain America with the win. Captain America with the win.
Okay. All right. So Nick, what's the next battle we have when we get to it?
The next battle down the line in the bracket is Superman of the DC Universe versus also of the DC Universe, Martian Manhunter. Which is not as popular of a character, but to my knowledge, has many of the same abilities. He's an alien and has all these otherworldly powers. And so I think when I look down all of our matchups, I think this one is actually the closest.
Closer than what we just did.
Yes. Yeah. Because there's so many more. Now you're talking Black Panther and Captain America, you're looking at largely, the human elements that make them strong, right?
Sure.
Leaders, tactical combat, things like that. Yes, they have superhero abilities, but these are full-on, full-fledged, otherworldly superheroes, like all the shit. The flight, the shape-shifting, and the heat vision, and the super speed, and the super strength. I mean, it's everything. Like, these two have everything. So I think it's going to be a good one.
I know the character. I can picture him, but I really don't. I was never that familiar with his powers. Wasn't he sort of like a space policeman in some respect, or no?
That's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know of I looked up the abilities and the things like that's why he made the list. Is I just thought he's pretty strong. I don't know if there's really too many other characters that could defeat him. One of them being potentially Superman, but
well, also because Nick and him share qualities, very similar ideas, because they're both manhunters.
Very good.
Nick kisses me when nobody's around. Anyways, what? Sorry.
That's why Martian Manhunter's green, because he's green with envy.
Excellent.
Also, would be a good time to bring up someone on our Facebook page came through with a lot of great requests, so we went with 4 of our favorite of their requests. Brian, who was that? Refresh my memory. Who was that on the Facebook page that did that?
That was Mr. Matt Christinger out there. Thanks, Matt.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it. We added, because we were 4 short, for anybody else who's been following along, we were 4 short on the bracket. So we ended up taking his suggestions on Scarlet Witch, Sue Storm, Jean Grey, and Aquaman to fill out the bracket. So those will be.
Look at Matt coming
heroes.
through.
Coming through in the clutch. Thank you, Matt.
Absolutely. Okay, so our next episode, when we get around to doing that, now we were going to shoot 2 this evening, but poor Dean literally got screwed. Yeah.
But got a big old screw in my tire, and it's been a rough night. Yeah.
So you had to take the back roads home, and was able to spend time with your son and everything. So despite all that, Dean said, let's go ahead and shoot this. So we appreciate that, and
what a
still got together. Yeah, absolutely.
You think he had a rough night? Dean first called it off, and I was already like getting ready. I packed it up. I was ready to lay in bed, and then I'm a trooper. I came down here, and I was like, all right, let's go. It was rough on me. I had to come downstairs again and get out the iPad and put the headphones on and open a beer. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm. Nick, we appreciate the dedication.
Yeah,
Nick,
I do what I can.
Respect.
Real, recognize real.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So our next episode, guys, we are going to we're going to do guy movies. Was our next episode. So
not the kind that Nick was hoping.
No,
I had a whole list made out.
Not Black Panther and Captain America fighting nude or anything like that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what is
Sausage Wars. That's the one that I
had. Don't look that up. You may not like what you find. Don't look it up.
Die Hard.
It's not Jimmy Dean. Yeah, like Die Hard, exactly. Die Hard. James Bond, whatever. So, what
No Holds Barred.
Sure.
Oh, we're talking about it.
That's
all
right.
the Peter North movies.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on the different one now? Okay,
An
sorry.
extensive catalog there.
Mm-hmm.
Very long.
Yeah.
Big finish, though. Big finish. Don't want to miss the end.
I am losing control, folks. Losing control over here. Yeah, so we'll talk about what makes a guy movie, in our opinion, a guy movie, and what are some of our personal favorite guy movies, and why. And that's what we're talking about in our next episode.
One thing that I'm going to bring up in the next episode, and I'm only bringing it up now, so you guys can think about it, and the listeners and viewers can think about it, and they can comment in the sections below. If there were to be a movie, Convincing Idiots, the movie, who would play us? Think about that. And viewers, listeners, if you see these handsome faces, well, at least 2 of us, you can go ahead and say who you think should play us in Convincing Idiots, the movie.
You're going to get a lot of John Lovett's requests, I think. That's an old joke with Dean. That's an old one.
I'm much thinner now.
Maybe Nicolas Cage with a beard.
Yeah.
We'll think about it. That's actually good. Who do each other think should play us?
Oh yeah, we should.
And then yourselves.
Who do we? Yes, absolutely. Yep. That's a good one.
Like
we're making that part of the next episode, right? Or that's part of it.
Yeah, okay. We'll throw it in there. It's a quick conversation. It
won't be quick.
I mean, Brian's going to be Jimmy J.J. Walker, so I think we're all done with that.
That's right. Dynamite.
That's right.
That's exactly how he says it. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on this episode, gentlemen?
I am good.
Okay. Dick, you want to remind the folks, good folks out there, where they can find us?
Yes, please feel free to hit us up on Facebook and YouTube in the comments sections. Obviously, search Convincing Idiots. You can also contact us on by email at convincingidiots@gmail.com. please feel free to follow us and like us and talk to us on Instagram at convincing_idiots and also on Twitter. That's at convincing_idiot singular. So, and of course, please subscribe to us on whether you listen on Google or Apple or Spotify or not Stitcher, but other ones that we're on. Please feel free to leave us a rating, a review, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Let us know what you think of the show. Please subscribe to us. Grab somebody else's phone. Subscribe to us. All that good stuff. It really helps us out. And be sure to let us know what you think of the show on any of those platforms. Let us know what things you want us to talk about, or what kind of things, or if you disagree with Brian and Dean and think that they're dead wrong for not picking King T'Challa, please let them know. I think I've done some, but I think the rest of us could all let them know as well. But no, let us know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. Less Dean and me throwing the show off the rails, more of Brian getting it back on, or more crazy shit off the rails. You let us know what you like. So, all that being said, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. And so, for Convincing Idiots, I am Nick.
I'm Dean.
I'm Brian.
Have you been convinced?
See ya.
I have to show you a picture when I can find it. So I'm
all
right,
right,
by the way.
Finally, been hoping for this happened to you for years.
Guys, little secret: if you pull hard enough, all of them can stretch. Not that long, but it will stretch. I pulled it pretty fucking hard. I've got it caught in some things. Yeah.
I had a superhero party years ago, so people came dressed as superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Coop that you met,
Yeah.
He showed up in this. I have a picture somewhere. It's just a photo. It's not on a phone. We didn't have phones at the time.
They didn't invent phones yet?
No, this is like 15 years ago, man, or something like that.
This picture was chiseled on the side of a fucking cave.
Yeah. It was like the Flintstones, you took the picture and they chiseled the.
And then the bird looks over. It's a living.
That's right. No, but Coop showed up dressed as a homemade costume, Reed Richards. He even had the gray in his temples, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then he took a animal balloon that has that's really long. You know what I'm talking about? You folded that animal, and he blew that up and sewed it into the costume as well, so it looked like he was stretching out as a dick, super long. As Reed Richards. Pretty good. So he was walking around all night, flinging it around and just, throwing over his shoulder and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.